Our final inductee in the administrators category is Dave Stead of Andover. If that name sounds familiar, you aren't mistaken. Stead and the Minnesota State High School League have been synonymous for more than 3 decades for nationally respected leadership and tireless efforts to provide countless extracurricular opportunities for students. Stead was the longest-serving executive director in the league's 103-year history. He held the position from 1988 through 2018 when he took on a senior staff role.
I don't know that leadership was a daunting challenge so much it was an opportunity to bring people together, a chance to step into a high school league organization that was respected and was growing.
Under Stead's leadership, the league was the first state association to provide opportunities for student participants in girls hockey, adapted athletics, visual arts, robotics, and clay target. Minnesota was also the first state association to implement instant replay during state tournament hockey and basketball games. Bernie Sago, a longtime executive director of the Iowa High School Athletic Association for nearly 4 decades, served as a mentor during Stead's journey through administration.
Oh, it was all good. You know, he always smiles. But you could tell he was no phony. Some people try to impress you, and he was no phony. You could just tell he was genuine. Well, the worst thing you'd ever say about Dave is he was natural. That's an insult. He was not a natural. He worked at everything he did the best he could. As a kid, as a teacher, coach, and then when he got into administration, he just kept right on going up, learning, and was smart enough that he didn't have all the answers.
Opportunities abounded during his upbringing in Monticello, Iowa. He was always on the go, playing football, basketball, baseball, running track and field, hitting golf balls, singing in the choir, participating in 4-H, performing community service, and he even found time to become an Eagle Scout, Scouting's highest rank.
Opportunity. I grew up in a small town. We had lots and lots of chances to go out on the field by just a group of us and playing games and being involved in the community and having the community be supportive of us. I think, and that's a very important piece, I think, the opportunities that schools provide for kids, and then the community recognition of those. And when we were in the state basketball tournament, the whole town emptied out, just like they do today.
From Rockwell, Iowa, to Manchester, Iowa, to New Ulm, Minnesota, to eventually the Twin Cities, he experienced the necessary steps that helped him see the bigger picture of service and the call to create participation opportunities with the Minnesota State High School League.
Girls sports had begun in 1972, and when I came from Iowa, we'd had girls sports for a very long time. So it was a brand new scene for me when we came to New Ulm, and we looked at how the girls programs had begun to develop. And the changes between then and now are just incredible. Knowing that participation is going to be a key to success in their future. And the more chance they had to get involved, the more steps they can take to be a part of a team and to be a leader as part of that team, the better off they'll be when they graduate from high school, go on to college, or whatever work profession they want to choose, and become a leader in their school community.
League staff is equally grateful for Stead's leadership.
Dave really did shepherd me into this role. I know that he stepped aside and allowed me to stand out front so that I could gain the experience that I needed to be a good administrator and to serve the member schools here in Minnesota. One of the great things about him, and just like any great coach, they see potential, they see your abilities, and then they provide you with an opportunity to fulfill your potential. And I can't thank him enough for taking me under his wing in that way.
Stead credits the support system at home for allowing him to serve with passion and enthusiasm.
Well, it's been incredible. My wife, Kathy, was involved in activities when she was a graduate of Grand Rapids High School. In fact, she was the sports editor for the school yearbook, and I don't know that many people know about that. So her love for sports is there as well. I had 2 daughters who were involved in activities, 3 grandkids, 2 of them are at Centennial High School. And so all the different things that we have done organizationally or that we have done family-wise has been with their support and their connection and their involvement as well. And I've been blessed to be involved with them in every way too.
In stepping away from the executive director's role, Stead has had a chance to reflect, and he finds himself smiling.
When I came from a small town in Iowa, we were limited in what we could do. Even in my teaching career, as I got to bigger and bigger schools, we were still somewhat limited in what we were able to do. But to look at what we've been able to accomplish for kids in our school programs with the multiple activities, multiple levels of classifications, the venues that we're able to be in, each one of those steps was taken with due diligence, but at the same time it was taken with a look to the future to find out what we could do to get kids involved in programs. Again, because we knew the more they were participating, the more they were connected, the more they will be participants and connected to communities after they graduate from high school and go on to have productive lives in whatever community they reside in.
Sago says Stead's legacy will never be forgotten.
I don't know whether you ever had a chance to go to the movie Dancing with the Wolves. Great show, great show. A young lieutenant was sent out to the Dakotas where there was nobody within 200 miles. He was there all by himself. And all of a sudden he met some Indians. And he was no phony. And the Indians recognized that. He learned to speak their language. And the old Indian looked at the young lieutenant and he said, "There are many trails in this life of ours, but the trail that matters most, few men can travel." He said, "And that trail is being a good human being." Dave's trail was being a good human being. So I hope the people in Minnesota will always remember the guy that made a difference in kids' lives to make them better people. Not better basketball players, golfers, singers, and speech people. He made them better human beings through his program, and that was the purpose in his life.